It's Sunday. That means it's time for my mental health vlog. And I hope that wherever you are, the weather is beautiful. But if you're here in Houston, it is absolute shit. In fact, I was supposed to be at a video recording for my virtual concert for my chorus today. And we were going to do it outdoors. And at the last minute, they had to cancel it because they kept waiting to see if the rain was going to stop or the storm was going to move on. And it didn't. So that got canceled today, which I wasn't 100% perfect on my music, so I'm kind of glad it got postponed. Um, Gives me a chance to work on my lyrics a little bit more. Overall, it's been a pretty okay week. My emotions have definitely been kind of on edge recently. Um, Started a couple weeks ago, but this week I've been like very. It's very easy to tip me over the edge this week. Um, Wednesday night, my boyfriend and I watched a movie that was one of my ex-husband's favorite movies, and I love the movie too. And it's Lilo and Stitch, and there were concepts in the movie that took on a different meaning with my life now. There's a line that Stitch says that says Ohana means family. Family means nobody's left behind or forgotten. This is my family. It's little and it's broken, but it's still good. Yeah, it's still good. And that hit completely differently now because my family is broken. And it just hit differently. So I was already really, really emotional. And then as the movie wrapped up, I started to have all these really happy memories of my relationship with my ex-husband. And it's like around the time the movie came out, I think he and I were probably at our happiest. And and Disney was such a huge part of, um, I think the driving factor of what we had, of a lot of what we had in common. And I started crying, and I felt really bad because my boyfriend thought that I was crying because of my memories of my son watching this movie. And of course, the little and broken family part, it hit hard because of my son, but mostly I was crying because I was overwhelmed with all these happy memories of a time that's gone and will never come back. And I had to explain that to him, and I felt bad explaining that to him, that I'm crying because of my ex-husband and happy times that I had with him. Um, but at the same time, it's like earlier last week, I was I changed the pillowcases on my bed, and I have pillowcases from my old grandparents' house, and I started going down this huge long line of memories from my grandparents' house. Like those were happy memories too, and moments I'll never get back. So I have to remember that my marriage had some really good times. It really did. I mean, it was over 17 years, and there's going to be memories. There's going to be happy moments I'm going to remember, and I'm going to maybe not miss, but I'm going to remember fondly, and it's going to hit differently. So, as much as I love Lilo and Stitch, it might be a while before I watch it again, and I'll watch it again because I love Disney. But definitely brought up a lot of emotions on a bunch of different levels. What else have I been really emotional about this week? Oh, one emotion that I ran across at my meeting was fear. Um, as I've talked about, I've been going through some medical issues, and the doctor has determined that my testosterone has dropped significantly. Well, I started to think about my drop in testosterone and the changes that I've had over my life and over the last couple of years, or even a couple of months. And I started to really be, concerned. I'm like, has the testosterone been a huge impact on me being able to stay sober, to maintain my sobriety, and to maintain my program? What if when I get on the testosterone medication and it goes back up? What if all those old feelings that I've thought that I've managed, what if they start coming back? So that was a big fear of mine, and I brought that up in my meeting, and it's like, I know I'm stronger now than I was, and I know I'm smarter now than I was, and I know I've got an amazing support system that I can reach out to and lean on. But, and this sounds really stupid and selfish, but what if I actually have to start putting in more effort? Okay, and that sounds silly, but I guess I'm just worried that my recovery has been so easy because of a low testosterone. Instead of the fact that I'm doing a good job, maybe it's just medical factors are in play. So I guess I'll find out. A couple of the guys after the meeting did tell me that they are on, different testosterone medications, and they kind of led me through what their experiences were. So basically, yeah, I got to keep an eye out. I got to see what happens. I got to see what feelings surface. I've got to see what struggles come up. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I want to stay sober. I like my life of sobriety from sex addiction, and I don't want to go back to living that double life. I don't want to go back to lying to people, to lying to myself, to being completely two different people. I can't. That almost killed me before. I don't want to do it again. I'm not going to. So I just got to be strong. Some positive things happened this week. I started going to a chiropractor for some issues I've been having with my back and hip, and my shoulder that I've been going to physical therapy on. So he has started me on a routine to address the issues that I'm having. I've only been to 2 sessions, and I've already noticed a little bit of reduction in my hip pain, which is great for my sciatica. And my shoulder is actually doing pretty well. In fact, I went bowling, big mistake, but I was able to go bowling with my son and my boyfriend because I was finally feeling some relief in my shoulder, so that was good. So I'm excited about going to the chiropractor. Clothing is fitting differently now. I've really been taking my A1C seriously since my doctor has completely ripped me a new one. And I have started to notice some physical changes. I've noticed slow changes on the scale, but clothes are fitting differently, and I'm able to go down a different size. I was able to buy a couple of extra large shirts this week that fit, and that's not normal for me, for extra larges to fit me. I don't think I've been in an extra large since 6th grade. I really don't know. It's so abnormal to think of myself as not being a 2X anymore. So in t-shirts, yeah, I'm still a 2X because, they shrink and whatnot. Like this is a 2X from Target's Pride line, which is so cute. But button-up shirts, just being able to wear an extra large just blows my mind. So I was also able to, my boyfriend is losing some weight. So I was able to wear a couple of his shorts that were smaller than a size that I normally wear. So that was a good thing too. So starting to feel a little better and a little more confident. There's a whole lot going on. I took my son home yesterday, and it dawned on me as I was dropping him off at the house that I'm only going to be dropping him off at the house one more time. After that, I'll be taking him to his new apartment. And I have been struggling with that. One of the things that I've been struggling with, and if you live in an apartment like I do, I don't mean any disrespect. I view apartment living as temporary, flexible, not reliable. I view living in a house as more stable. So, knowing that some of the decisions that I and my ex made over the past several years have led to the point where my son now has to move into an apartment hurts. And although I'm not, and my therapist keeps reminding me, I'm not a failure, but that I'm a failure mentality does surface every now and then when I think about this. I also know how my ex-husband does in apartments, and it's not well. He doesn't like to stay at one place very long when it comes to apartment living. We moved around a lot before we got our first house. And I just worry that my son's not going to get that level of stability that I want him to have. I never wanted him to have to leave the house, and he is. So that's been hard on me because I feel like his dad and I have let him down. This is not the life I wanted for him. And I've been struggling with that because I can't change it. I cannot change it. As much as I want to, I cannot change it. And I have to accept the things I cannot change, and that's been very hard for this particular item. I just want my son to be happy, healthy, adjusted, and safe, and stable. And not wondering how long he's going to have to be someplace before he has to move again. And I'm afraid that that's what's coming. So an emotional week and lots of baggage that I'm dealing with. And I'm sorry that I went over my time this week, and I've been doing that a lot. So anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for checking in on me. We got a lot going on. It's going to be a few weeks before life settles a little bit for me. But it will. And it'll be okay. It's just going to be another new normal. Check on your friends. You can see them now without masks if you're vaccinated. Tell them you love them. Check on your family. Tell them you love them. Check on yourself. Make sure you're doing okay. Make sure you do your self-care. Go buy yourself something cute from Target. They have a great Pride line. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.